Hi everyone, it's Jessica. Thanks for coming by today. I was so excited when I came home the other day and found my Craft with Heart subscription box sitting on the porch waiting for me. So I just want to run through very quickly and show you what comes inside of the subscription box. So if you notice, there were 4 different bags, and each of those bags has 2 different double page layouts in it. And they come with everything that you need, including those photo mats, and these are some sticker sheets, and they are nicely organized, showing which one is for layout 1 and which one is for layout 2. These are the die cuts that are easy to punch out of the page. They come out so easily. In fact, sometimes they almost kind of like fall right out. So that's super easy to use. And then you also get some pre-printed base pages that you were going to build those double page layouts on. So that is a total of 4 scrapbook pages in 1 month's kit. And there are 4 months inside of a box. And in addition to, all of these paper pieces that you need, you're also going to get 3 page protectors inside each of those little bags. So that's a total of 12 page protectors in the entire subscription box. So that first one we looked at was for September. Here is the October kit. Isn't that so pretty? And then there's that one right there. And I won't go through each of the bags, but I'll just show you very quickly the pictures. There's November. Love that layout. That's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Those fall florals, those are gorgeous, featuring some of that wild berry, which is the new color of the year. And then here is the December kit, which has obviously some holiday and winter snowflake themed layouts. Now, right now, if you sign up for the subscription, you also get this free stamp set. So that's pretty cool if you sign up for the year-long one. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is put together one of the layouts from, which one am I working from here? From October. And I've gone ahead and cut my photos and used those photo placeholder mats that they include in the kit. And I just actually cut my photos down by an extra 1/8 inch so that I could use those photo placeholders as a white mat for my pictures. And then what I like to do whenever I'm working out of my kits is I usually cut a part on that line that shows where it's layout 1 versus layout 2, and that way I just have in front of me the things that I actually need. Now I'll go ahead and do most of this off camera because you don't really need to see me punching out the die cuts and things of that nature, but I'm just getting a couple of things ready, and then I am going to start assembling my pages here. And so these are some pictures that I have from Mother's Day in 2018, and I thought that they worked perfectly for this particular layout. And I'm just going to follow the directions, which are really easy to follow, and they are printed on the sheet that you get in each bag, and they just kind of walk you through and tell you where to go. And then there's also a picture of the layout, and it'll kind of show, place this 3 inches from the side, and it'll give those kind of measurements and directions that you need to easily put your page together. And so I usually just kind of do a combination of reading the directions and looking at the pictures. And I'm going to assemble most of this layout off camera, but I did just want to show you a little bit how easy it is to kind of start adding some of these different elements to those pre-printed base pages. Now, if I were to make one of these layouts, these double page layouts from the kit, just exactly as it is shown in the instructions and in the picture, I can put it together in about 10 minutes. But really what I'd like to do in this video is kind of show you some ways that you can change them to really fit whatever your needs are. So here I'm just showing you that I think I'm going to include a flip flap, a 4x6 flip flap on my layout, because I had 2 extra pictures that I wanted to include, and so this is a good way to do that. And so I'm just kind of lining up, where this is going to be, and I'm going to put that flip flap down first before I put the bottom photo on to my page. And so that way, part of that, I don't know, what do you call it, that flap, the flap of the flip flap, part of it is going to be hidden behind the photo that will go over top of it. So they are really sticky. So if ever you're using flip flaps, just make sure that you are ready to put it where you're putting it, because it's not going to come back up. And then I'm going to put the bottom photo over top. And this is what I meant by I'm just going to kind of use that bottom photo to hide part of that flap. And I was just lining things up to make sure that when that top one is flipped over, that it is exactly in line with the picture that is on the bottom. There we go. And then I'm just going to add the last few elements on here. I had to wait on some of them until I got that flip flap down. So here's one of those scalloped stickers that it tells you to add to the side of the photo mat. And then the instructions did actually tell me not to put adhesive on the right side of this photo that I have here of my husband's grandma, because it said you're going to be doing some tucking behind that picture. So make sure not to put adhesive there. Well, I didn't really pay attention to the directions very well there. So I just kind of cut that tag, and then that way I didn't have to try to stick it as far underneath my photo. I also punched a hole in that tag, and then I added some baker's twine just to kind of finish it off. And so that was an added extra touch, which like I said, I like to do with these kits. Sometimes I make them as is, and then other times I add my own little embellishments and touches. And that's what I really love about them, is that they are so quick and easy to create with, but you also, if you wanted to make them a little something more, you absolutely can. It's just kind of a starting place. And even sometimes I'll turn the orientation of the pictures different from what it suggests. So easy to really kind of make it your own. So now that I've kind of done the basics of putting these two pages together, I'm going to bring in a couple of embellishments from my stash, including some wooden buttons and some black acrylic shapes and some of these black burst sequins from the last catalog cycle. I'm not sure if those are still available or not. But I really was just kind of going into my stash and looking for what kind of embellishments do I have that I can kind of pull out some more of that black that is in some of the papers. And I'm just sprinkling them around wherever those clusters were already on the page. And I'm again trying to keep in mind my triangle here, which was really already done for me because I was just putting things down where I was told to. So that's very easy. And I'm just going to sprinkle those black bursts around. And then I also wanted to bring in my wooden buttons because I love them. Love them, love them. I'm so obsessed with my wood buttons. And then some of these black acrylic arrows, because again, I thought, let's do a little bit of that black color. And I kind of pull a few of them out until I know which ones I want to use. And then I am going to kind of move them around a little bit until I decide where they go. But ultimately, I think I'm going to put those two ones over there on the left-hand side and then one over by my title on the right-hand side. And then I dumped out my buttons into my bowl so I could kind of find the ones I wanted and that matched. And I think I like having the wood element on these pages just because there was so much black. But we are outdoors in these pictures, and so I thought it was kind of fun to bring in that element as well. And so we're just going to kind of sprinkle those around the page. Again, thinking about where those clusters are in a visual triangle. And then off camera, I will adhere those all down. And then I also like to stitch my buttons on whenever I use them because in my mind, buttons are meant to be sewn. So I did that off camera. Now I'm going to take my black shimmer brush and just add a little bit of splatters up here in the top left corner. And then I'm going to do that as well over on the right side page, over here on the title, I think, just a few, not as many as I had over on the other page, but just enough to kind of draw your eye in a diagonal across the page and just, make both sides match. And then I'm going to color in the center of those, I don't know if they're flowers or bursts or whatever they are, with my black shimmer brush. And my coloring skills were not so great. I did kind of go out of where I wanted to be with it right there. So I had to kind of make that black center a little bigger than it was supposed to be, but that's fine. So just adding a little bit of sparkle. And then, like I said, these are easy ways to kind of take a kit that you could very simply put together in about 10 minutes and kind of follow the instructions as is. Or you can also, look around. What kind of things do you have in your stash that you can add in to make it something extra or to make it your own? You can change the orientation of the photos. You can do so many different things, add flip-flaps. So I hope you enjoyed. So the Craft with Heart subscription, you can get it, pay for it either in every 4 months or all at once for the entire year. But either way, you're going to get the same box in the mail once every 4 months. And so it's just so much fun. I love seeing it on my front porch. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. All right, guys, happy crafting.